When I first spoke to Richa in the discovery call, she told me that most people in her program generally land a position in less than 90 days. This position I landed in less than 60 days. It feels amazing because I was struggling to apply, struggling to interview for 6 months and to get a full-time position in 60 days. So it's a great positive surprise. I still have 10 more months. I'm looking forward to is to ensure that I take this as a stepping stone and then to keep working on it because it just started here. It is going to go a lot farther than where I am now. My name is Chitra. I've been working as a business analyst, scrum master for the past 5 years in information technology. And before that, my experience was a veterinarian. All my experience in information technology field has been as a contractor. So it was not exactly an easy path to keep looking for a project every year or every couple of years. So I was looking to gain a full-time employment, and that was not as easy as I had expected it to be. I had cold applied to a few hundreds of positions. I really didn't materialize any of those things into interviews. And whatever interviews I did land, it was because I had great reference. But even then, I couldn't make them into offer letters after those cold applications. And then, despite having director level referrals, I was not landing jobs. I realized that whatever I was doing was not working. That was a pretty low phase for me. I needed to change. And that was when my husband suggested maybe look at this person's profile, Richa Bansal. She's good, especially helping women. Why don't you look at her profile? And there were so many success stories with similar backgrounds. And then that's how it started. When I had the first discovery call with Richa, she made it very clear that my mindset at that point was not exactly helping me towards greener pastures. She did give me examples of women that did land great positions despite coming from a completely diversified background when compared to the information technology field. That gave me confidence because if someone else can do it, I'm sure I can do that too. That made me realize maybe I need help, and Richa and her program are the correct things that would help me. Richa did really give me a very detailed structure of the program, how it is going to be, how things are going to be very structured, organized. That made me realize that since I was very demotivated at that point, I needed some structure every day. After applying for so many positions, I had completely stopped applying because it's not working. Why do I need to push myself to do this? Because it's demotivating. First thing, at least for me, is the mindset. I have a background in veterinary medicine and I was working in IT. I used to think that it's something that I don't need to advertise to the interviewers because I don't have the background that they might ask. I was not exactly proud of it. But then Richard told me that's one of the best accomplishments that you can ever find because not everyone can move from being a clinician to an IT professional, be successful for 5 years and looking to move ahead. And that made me realize that I have something that not maybe a handful of people in the world have. And I'm not proud. I changed my career, my direction, and I'm still thriving here. And I was not taking credit for it. The second thing I would say is resume. I was working through online templates that I found, which I think now is completely pointless. And then Richard sat with me, made me completely revamp it, change my resume. She gave me multiple feedbacks about how to put the best pointers in the resume. That helped gave me a position because of the changed resume, I would say. The third one is I would say that I come from a background where I feel it's important to tell everything honestly. And I did lose one interview that way because I was giving more information than required. Not everyone needs to know what you're doing if it is not related to the job. It is immaterial. I think that gave me a completely different thought process at that point. Oh, yes. I would definitely recommend Richa to my friends. I've actually spoken to a few friends of mine about and have given grave reviews about Richa's program. My husband has seen the changes in me. He's already thinking of contacting Richa. He also feels that he needs some help. We need to grow. If I'm growing, I would want everyone else to be growing to the top.